And because that someone once gave it to me, it is inspiring to me just to know that I can pass what Officer Matt gave to me. So it is with true that what goes around will come around. I'm asking all of us to sacrifice our time and effort to help someone get through that rough day. And if you can get money, if you can't give money, that's fine. You can still give something more precious than gold, and that's wisdom. It could be that you can change a life. It must have been a time in your life when you needed wisdom and knowledge. And when they shared it with you, did it make you a better person, or did it make you feel good that day? And to my friends who stood by me on Dale Ray Raw and Uncut, it's because of you I'm still doing the show. And as long as you need me, I'll be here bringing you some great topics that we all can relate to. And I gotta say that most of us have learned from a realm of individuals and backgrounds how to pass wisdom on to others by what we've picked up. And in my 12th year of sobriety, I have clarity. And although it's taken me a long time to get it, but I've learned that we don't have to live in a constant state of reaction to things that just aren't fair. And we don't have to be victims of bad coming at us. And our lives don't have to be the sum of our problems. Not if we take responsibility for putting good in our world. Who is going to join me for a quest to make this world a better place for our babies, for our grandparents, and for our ancestors? And as people, we don't have to let our fears and insecurities boil over inside of us, but we can still sacrifice together by channeling our energy into helping the next person. That's how it works. And I gotta tell you that I've been through so much in my life, and a lot of bad things that have happened to me was my own fault. I just want to be a good and moral person today. I want to be the kindness that reminds someone else that the world is not against them. I want to pour myself out for others. And most important, I want to sacrifice by giving them that anchor when they find things are too overwhelming. So just think if we are all on that page. And I wrote a book about drugs and about my life, drugs and alcohol and homelessness, the loss of many family members. And I've tried to recount the details that led me to write To Hell and Back. It's the name of the book. I've tried to do that. What I've had to overcome, and may not be a bestseller, but it is in every prison in the country, and of course the Christian National Library. And I'm truly honored. And I really pray as I sent the box of books to Christian Library, because it also distributes to all the prisons. And if the inmates read it and get something out of it, then I'm cool with that. Just remember that there may be days when you get up in the morning and things aren't the way you hope they'd be. And that's when you tell yourself that it's going to get better. And then there are times when people disappoint you. But again, those are the times that you got to trust your own judgment and opinions. Sacrifice for yourself. Do what you need to do. Because life is a journey through time filled with many choices. And each of us will experience life in our own way. So when those days come that are filled with frustration and unexpected responsibilities, remember to believe in you. And I want to propose something to all my listeners today. I'd like to propose that each and every one of you to make up your mind right now to actually do this tomorrow. And you don't have to tell everybody what you're up to. And you don't have to recruit others to do it with you. Just wake up with an attitude that no matter what happens through your day, that you're going to give your life the very best that you can. I want y'all to stay with me. I want to thank y'all for joining me on this show called Sacrifice, and I'm Dale Ray. Don't forget to go to our website, www.gainingground.us. You know, I had counsel a lady who was sick and tired of the control and abuse from her husband. She was just tired and didn't know how to end it. And as a life coach and a mentor, I gave her resources and, of course, guidance to make this happen. Well, she finally left this monster and moved into her own apartment. And she told me it was a struggle at first, but she never stopped believing that all was possible if she stayed focused on her. I'm so proud of her today because it was a difficult transition at first, because she was married to this guy for 16 years. It's about being a better person. It's about sacrifice. It's about challenging yourself. And sometimes you may feel like you are working out your own comfort zone. But if you keep on moving toward the positive, then you will win. And when I got clean and sober 12 years ago, I began to ask myself the question, what is worthy of my attention? And the question seemed to boil down to what is really important in my life today. I do know that I wanted peace and serenity in my heart and soul. And I began to really give full attention to silence and what ground of being I find in meditation. And it brings me closer to the heart on Essence of Dale Ray. To all my listeners out there, try to quiet your mind. And I promise you'll be able to see more clearly. You'll be able to see the world around you. And I don't know about you, but it makes me a better person. And when so much confusion is going on around us, we need that calmness in our spirit. Because then we won't be affected so much by compulsive mind chatter or the storm of emotion that rages in us sometime. And I remember approaching 90 days clean, and that's when I really decided to take charge of my life again. You see, once you start giving your life the best you have to offer, you may want a new job. Or you may even want to end a relationship that is going nowhere. Just try it. We should all look for the good in others and in ourselves. We all have bad days and good days. Every one of us has a unique talent that God can use to help someone else. But at the same time, we are different in appearance, our thoughts, our opinions, our likes and dislikes. And that's what makes this world so beautiful. And being different isn't threatening. It's not bad. It's just different. And that's how the Father made us. And I really don't think that people are good or bad or right or wrong. We just are. And if you are in somebody else's shoes, maybe you would act different too. But being judgmental wastes everybody's time and energy. And it also cuts us off from opportunities and meaning relationships. Because personally, I'm not perfect either. And neither are you. So sometimes we get twisted thinking that our rights are the only ones that matters. Our fundamental rights should always be respected. And being rich doesn't make you more deserving than me. And neither does a CEO of a company. Respect is acknowledging another human being, the dignity, and treating them how you wish to be treated. And one thing I do know is that we all come to this earth equal. And guess what? We're all checking out as equals. But what happens in between is a series of experiences, Because I know that the poor man who lives in the slums, who cares for strangers and volunteers to help others without expecting anything in return, that man who lives a clean life is more deserving of respect than a wealthy businessman who dresses in a three-piece suit and lives in a big mansion. We got to learn to sacrifice for others. We got to learn to listen to other people. Sacrifice with your heart, my friend. And so many people want to formulate stories about themselves. Then we have the nerve to judge others by what they say. Why don't you find something good to say about your neighbor? And I think that the politicians in Washington can learn a valuable lesson in truth. But I guess they never heard that old saying that honesty is the best policy. And there's a difference between diplomatic and telling an outright lie. We've all made mistakes. And welcome to the human race. Today I'm really learning that word sacrifice and going that extra mile. Doesn't mean you have to give large expenses of time or energy, but its value to the recipient is often priceless and one day will be reciprocated. Just try it. To those who want to live the life of their dreams, then you should know that it involves sacrifice. And you are responsible, not your circumstances for where you are in life. And just like me when I ended up homeless for 11 years. Just like me when I chose to become a drug addict for 20 years. But I'm a different person today. And all I had to do was begin to set the disciplines that would give me self-esteem back. And I refuse to major in drama today. It's robbed me of half of my life. And so I say to my friends, get rid of toxins in your life. And I want to thank y'all for joining me today. Just remember, just a little of our time to make someone else feel good is a great investment. And as I look back and regret that I didn't spend as much time as I wanted with my mom, my sisters Wanda and Jackie, my brother Roy, and my other family members. Let's do this, people. Let's sacrifice. God bless y'all today. Thank y'all for joining me.